This week in math class, we are going to be working with the volume of rectangular prisms and cubes. Just a little rundown on our prior knowledge, what we should know going into this. We should know that perimeter is the distance around a shape if we're measuring shapes. So you're taking the four sides of a rectangle or a square, you're adding them together, and in this case, you would have 10 plus 7 plus 10 plus 7 would give you 34 units around the outside of this shape. We also should know area. Area is the space inside of a shape. If you want to imagine you're splitting your shape into little squares, even squares on the inside, and you're multiplying the width times the length, which would give you that number of little squares inside of it. So in this case, I'm taking the one side, 10, and I'm multiplying it by 7. So I multiply those two, I would get 70 units. So that brings us to what we're doing this week, which is volume. So when you're finding the volume, instead of finding the space inside of a 2D shape, you're actually finding the space inside of a 3D shape. So you have your same width, you have your length, so 10 and 5, but since you're a 3D shape, you now have a height. So in this case, our height is 10. So we're going width times length times height. Really, all you're doing when you're finding the volume is you're still finding the space inside. You're just adding a factor on to your multiplication problem. So you're going 7 times 5 times 10, or 350. And since this, not sure my picture does this justice, you're thinking about the inside being filled with little cubes. So it's 350 units, and this time you put a 3 because it's cubic units, and 3 is kind of our math symbol for cubes.